guys, Showstopper 414 here, coming at you with the 4th installment of the Trials of War PlanetSide 2 series. So, today, we will be talking about everyone's favorite topic, tanks. I mean, who doesn't like tanks, right? But, if you're one of those rare exceptions and you're more of an infantry soldier, go check out yesterday's video where we talked about dealing with armor as an infantry soldier, and then come back to this one. But let's get into tanks. So first thing that you really have to focus on with tanks that may seem really obvious but is a large mistake that people make repeatedly is you need to play to your strength. I mean this by you don't want to take a light tank and fight straight on with a heavy tank. It just doesn't work. So why should you be applying that to PlanetSide? You shouldn't, and that's the thing. Some general rules before we get into the more specific faction tanks is that in any tank you're going to want to try to use cover and mask your approach. You're only effective up to a certain range, so you want to try to get to that range with taking as least damage as possible. Also, if you're able to conceal yourself to be able to get behind enemies, the rear armor is much weaker. This applies both for attacking in tanks and on the ground. Another thing that people tend to do a lot is waste tanks. Don't waste vehicles. Use your vehicles properly. Don't use tanks as suicide methods to just go out, maybe get a kill and then blow up. Your resource points could be used in much better ways. And if you're going to do something like that, use a flash or harasser or something that doesn't quite cost as much. But now, let's get into the specifics. So, I like to play my tanks in one of three ways. There's the support, which is you're seeing right now. The support deals with supporting usually other vehicles. It's a very defensive class and can work alone or with other tanks. This could be a lightning tank or a heavy tank. It's kind of up to you depending on how much resources you have and if you even have access to your heavy tank. A lot of times these support tanks can be used best with anti-air cannons, which the lightning can equip for certs. But even if you can't equip the anti-air, the lightning can still be kind of effective at taking out aerial targets, as you'll see throughout this video. The next class I like to play as is a flanker. The flanker can be a lightning tank, so a quicker, faster tank, or the mag rider, which boasts the fastest and most maneuverability speed of the three main battle tanks. What you'll want to do is work in small packs of 3 to 5 to be able to quickly take down any lone tanks or sunders you find roaming around the area, and still have enough firepower to pack a punch when you decide to attack. You'll want to make sure to play NG when you're playing the flanker, because you'll want your tanks ready for anything. After a kill, you should try to repair any damage that's been taken. What's very important about the flanker is that everything is done quickly. A quick kill, a quick repair, and keep moving quickly. The final playstyle, and arguably the most fun, is the spearhead. The spearhead should be done mainly by heavy tanks, but can be supported by lightnings here and there for situational use. The spearhead is the main offensive. It's when you need to crack through a hard line of sunders that your enemy's setting up, or you need to make that push into a base. This is where the heavy tank's bulk really helps. Along with the bulk, you should be supported by engineers who are moving in with your main push. They should be blocked off from fire because of the support you're providing and the large body of your tank. But as someone who plays engineer, I just have a slight grievance against a lot of tank drivers. Please stop running us over We're just trying to repair you. Just please watch out. I'm sure 20 more bullets of SMG fire isn't gonna kill you. Please stop. Sincerely, engineers of the world. Okay, now that I got that off my chest, it's really not as big of a deal as I made it seem, but seriously, it's annoying when you're just trying to help someone and they back right into you. But continuing on into some more serious subjects. You can start to place each of the tanks in each category, which with each taking its own kind of specialty. As you can probably imagine, the extremely bulky and hard-hitting Vanguard works very well in a spearhead role. Just being able to soak up more damage helps, especially when your main role is to, well, soak up damage. The Mag Rider is a very, very deadly substitute for a lightning and a flanker combo. Because of its hover ability, it allows it to access areas of the map that the Prowler and the Vanguard just can't access, meaning you have a heavy battle tank's firepower going up against like lightnings and infantry soldiers, which usually doesn't end well for the lightning or infantry soldiers. And what you're probably thinking now is, oh, TR Prowler goes in support. And while yes, the TR Prowler can very easily fit into that support category because of its high rate of fire, allowing it to deal with both small and large threats trying to attack a valuable point like a Sunday location, it can almost be used as a mix between a spearhead and a flanker. The TR Prowler is one of the only tanks where you could feel safe almost being by yourself. The Vanguard can get easily isolated, and the Mag Rider can get easily overwhelmed, while the TR Prowler has a happy medium. But that still doesn't mean you should be running solo ops everywhere. Stay as a team and work together. The final thing I'd like to talk about today is our real-life connection. Today we will be talking about a tank battle which a very small tank army was able to overcome insurmountable odds. It's known as the Battle of the Valley of Tears. This was a battle in where Israeli tanks fought a coalition of Middle Eastern states, including one of its rivals throughout history, Syria. In the battle, the Israeli tanks were far outmatched, outgunned, just about everything. But their soldiers showed great bravery that day, even discharging themselves from the hospital and taking tanks that were already damaged back into battle and eventually defeating the coalition that was attacking them. I don't think this can really apply directly to PlanetSide 2, in that I don't think you can take a tactic from it, but I think what we can take from it is a mindset, in that even though when we're getting pushed back by that force that's twice as big as us, we can still fight it. We can still work as a team, maybe pull some hurt, maybe some squad members are getting mad at each other or whatever. Just pull it together, organize a group, and make a stand. And a lot of times there's going to be some sacrifice behind it. And maybe you're going to have to waste some resource points to give your team more time to retreat. But I think you just got to man up and show some grit out there. And I think that's what we can really take from this, is that a small force that really pulls it together can give you enough time to regroup and make a stand. So thank you guys for watching this. I know it's been kind of a journey, but a quick review is that use your tank how it's supposed to be played, play to your strength. Remember the three main classes: support, which is to defend your army; flanker, which is to take out high value targets and stay mobile; and spearhead, which is to break through enemy defensive lines. Remember the Battle of the Valley of Tears, and remember that a small force, when organized and has determination, can overcome anything. Thank you guys for watching. Showstopper out.